What's up, Saber fans? It's your boy Breezy back again. Today's installation is on the Last Revanchist, which was named by Jay on his Saberforge ASP custom lightsaber. This thing is a beautiful hilt. The parts were picked out by Jay, and he had them etched by Mr. Bryan Lynn, who does absolutely great work. Closer look on the shrouds. Some etching work. It's a beautiful, beautiful saber. This thing is a long boy. Yeah. You can comfortably grip it with both hands if you wanted to. But this saber is super sick. So Jay, great job on choosing the parts and having it customized. Really makes it unique. So I have done a bunch of saber projects for Jay. This one, he wanted to upgrade it a little bit, like in terms of having a crystal chamber, which I took the opportunity with this ASP build because of these windows to create an exposed crystal chamber for him. But let's go ahead and dive into the install. All right, guys, here is a closer look at the Last Revanchist. You can see it's a big boy. This thing almost fills up my entire mat here. It's a closer look at the etching work by Bryan Lynn. He did a beautiful job for Jay. All right, let's take a look at the install. So Jay, all you're gonna do is just remove the grip. Now I did put an O-ring up here, so when you do put the grip back on, you can clock it properly like the way you want it to. But here is the install in the deep purple chassis that you requested. Let's go ahead and remove the blade plug. So this blade plug is, you are accustomed to my blade plugs. This one will come home with this one since it did not arrive with the blade plug. But I did make it custom for this in terms of the length, so it's flush to the very edge of the emitter. So here we go. We have a stock V4 lit PCB. Is connected down to an exposed crystal chamber. I don't know if you can see it yet without it being lit up, but it is a real quartz crystal in there. And it is a 2-button setup. These are two silver KR pixel switches. So in idle, they will be pulsing or some variation of that. But they will always match the blade color of the sound font that you have on. It is installed with a Proffie 3.9. It does have a kill switch, and takes an 18650 battery. I know you have your own batteries, Jay, so this one will stay with me. This is a Smuggler's Outpost 24mm speaker. All right, and then take a closer look at the chassis. I did put a lot of extra greeblies in this chassis design for Jay. I've done a lot of sabers for Jay, so I figured I'd put a little bit of extra care in this chassis for him. See some greebly work here. So in Arbesh, it says Last Revanchist, going vertical down. The Jedi symbol here, which matches the symbol on the grip. And then here it says Jedi Crusader in Arbesh. So let's go ahead and flip her on. There you go. You get to see the idle animation in the first sound font that you wanted. So the sound fonts installed on here are all the sound fonts that Jay wanted to put on this hilt, in which he sent me. And then I threw in a couple of surprises for you as well, Jay, for you to play around with and discover on your own. Here is the exposed crystal chamber with the real quartz crystal. It's very cool. Initially I didn't design the chassis to have an exposed crystal chamber, but once I got the pieces of this ASP in hand, I saw that there were windows here. That's a perfect opportunity to have an exposed crystal chamber up here. Let's go ahead and fire up. Once you have her on, you can just put the grip on. And like I said, it should be clocked properly. You'll feel some resistance when you get to about here, and you just crank it another quarter turn to line it up exactly how you wanted it on just like the photo that you sent me before it was even installed and how you wanted it to be lined up. Looks super, super cool. You see how it the switches and the crystal switch to match whatever blade color is assigned to this sound font.
Nice hood.
And the menu navigation is in Bendu's voice, like you requested, Jay.
Ascension.
As you can see, I have a different animations for what's going on. I know you said you were fine with just the heartbeat, but I did just take a few liberties in terms of little things, like when it's an idle for different sound fonts. As you can see with this one, these are rotating, and then this crystal is pulsing at a different speed than just, you know, your regular heartbeat. And I do have gesture controls, twist on, twist off on here, and we'll see that some more when we test it out with the blade. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we are going to test this thing out with the blade. Jay also had me create a custom 33-inch, 1-inch pixel blade for this saber, and it's also been sanded down. So something to note, Jay. So the original retention screw for your blade on this was this guy right here, but I needed the space because I wanted to do the exposed crystal chamber. So what I did do is this screw that's holding on the shroud, that is directly lined up with your switches, will be your retention blade now. So I swapped out the screws and I customized it just a little bit. All you have to do is back this thing out. So your emitter here is free. You take your blade, just pop it in. Just make sure you hold the shroud in place, hold the blade in place, tighten. There you go. So now you have your custom blade retention here. Blade is nice and secure. Also, in order to turn it on, you don't have to remove the grip all the way. The kill switch is literally right here. You can just slide it down. And clock it properly. 2-button setup. Top button is your power, bottom button is your auxiliary. Gesture controls, twist on, twist off. So your first font is the one you wanted, that's Steel and Fire by Greyscale.
Red, orange red, dark orange.
And like I said, the menu nav is in Bendu's voice as per your request.
Green, aquamarine, cyan, deep sky blue, dodger blue, blue, revert. Darth Revan.
all the colors that you sent over to me to be associated with the sound fonts you wanted are on there.
The dark saber, it belongs to you. Live or die.
Here's another example of the idol doing different things on different sound fonts. So hope you get a kick out of all the ones I chose for you. Well, that's it, guys. This is the Last Revanchist, a Saberforge ASP. Parts picked out by Jay. It has been installed with a Proffie 3.9 in a custom chassis, custom exposed crystal chamber as well, a couple of pixel switches. Jay, thank you so much, man, for trusting me with yet another one of your Saber projects. I hope you absolutely love this install. If you guys are looking for a custom lightsaber installation, a custom neopixel blade, hit me up, check me out, Breezy Saber Works on Facebook, Instagram. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time. May the Force be with you. Peace.